Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today the question that I will be answering is, can thoughts count as sinful if no action is taken on them? So the answer is actually yes. In fact, most sins we commit take place in the heart actually. Jesus Christ said that if a man lusts after a woman who is not his wife, then he has committed adultery with her already in his heart. If you read Matthew chapter 5 verses 27 to 28. John also said that someone who hates his brother in his heart has committed murder in 1 John chapter 3 verse 15. Every sin that a human can commit outwardly is first committed inwardly, and God looks at the heart of man when judging. As he said in 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7, that Samuel should not be looking as man sees, because God doesn't see like man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, your height, your stature, your voice, all those outward things, but God looks at what's going on inside. Okay? Plus, and this is very important, it might be like, isn't it possible for you to maybe just think something and maybe just move on? Every human being will take action on their thoughts if there are two things. If there is sufficient opportunity and there is minimal risk. So for example, you might say, I might look at this woman lustfully, but I'm not actually going to do anything. Well, that's because maybe people are watching or you don't really have access. But imagine if maybe you and this woman are alone. And not only that, but she's actually willing to do whatever you want to do with her, right? Are you going to resist at that time? Nobody's watching and she's willing. Probably not. And that goes for every single sin. So, that's why in that sense, when we commit the sin in our heart, it's equivalent to committing it physically, because the only reason why we're not going ahead to do it physically is because there are things in our environment that, might make it a little bit difficult for us to do that. Okay. And there are other verses in the Bible that emphasize the fact that we can commit sin in the heart. King Solomon said, the thought of foolishness, not the act, the thought of foolishness is sin. And the scorner is an abomination to men, according to Proverbs chapter 24, verse 9. And he also said that the thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. That's Proverbs chapter 15, verse 26. And let me round off with what was said in Isaiah chapter 55 verse 7, because that affirms that if we're not doing what's right, we have to forsake our thoughts. Those thoughts that are driving us to do what's wrong. We have to forsake them. It says, let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts. In other words, if we do not forsake our unrighteous thoughts, then we will be punished for it, which shows that thoughts can be counted as sinful, even if we don't actually take any physical action on them. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop on answering that question. Can thoughts count as sinful if no action is taken on them? The answer is a big yes. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.